Good morning, dear brothers and sisters. Today we will see the book of Deuteronomy chapters 17 and 18. Deuteronomy chapter 17, the importance of justice and obedience. In this chapter, Moses continues to share God's commandments with the Israelites, emphasizing the importance of justice, obedience, and maintaining the sanctity of their worship. God instructs the Israelites that if they encounter any person who has committed a serious sin, such as idolatry or breaking his commandments, they must investigate the matter thoroughly. If the accusation is true and confirmed by reliable witnesses, the person must be taken outside the camp and stoned to death. This stern punishment is meant to deter the people from turning away from God and worshiping false gods. The chapter also deals with legal matters and disputes that may arise among the Israelites. If they encounter a case too difficult to judge, they are to bring it to the priests or judges who will be serving at that time. The priests and judges will make a final decision, and the people are required to abide by it without hesitation. Furthermore, God warns against following the practices of the surrounding nations and adopting their customs, especially those related to idol worship. The Israelites are to remain faithful to God and His commands, worshiping Him alone. God also outlines the process of appointing a king over Israel. The king must be chosen from among the Israelites, and not a foreigner. His authority must be subject to God's law, and he must not accumulate wealth, horses, or wives excessively, so as not to lead the people astray. The chapter concludes by emphasizing the importance of following God's statutes and decrees with wholehearted devotion. The Israelites are reminded to worship God sincerely, keeping His commands and walking in His ways. As we read Deuteronomy chapter 17, we learn the significance of justice, obedience, and remaining faithful to God. It underscores the importance of seeking His guidance and following His laws to maintain a righteous and just society. God's desire is for His people to live in harmony, obey His commands, and honor Him above all else. Deuteronomy chapter 18, the role of the Levites and God's prophets. In this chapter, Moses explains the special responsibilities and privileges of the Levites, the tribe chosen by God to serve Him in the tabernacle. He also addresses the importance of listening to God's prophets and avoiding false practices. The Levites are not given any land inheritance like the other tribes of Israel. Instead, they receive a portion of the offerings and sacrifices brought to the Lord as their inheritance. Their role is to minister before God, perform sacred duties, and bless the people in His name. Moses warns the Israelites against engaging in the practices of the nations around them, such as divination, sorcery, interpreting omens, and consulting with mediums or spiritualists. These practices are detestable to God, and He commands His people to be blameless before Him. God promises to raise up prophets from among the Israelites, and He instructs the people to listen to and obey these prophets. He will put His words in their mouths, and they will speak on His behalf. Any prophet who speaks in the name of other gods or delivers false prophecies is to be considered false and put to death. Moses assures the people that God will continue to guide them through prophets and reveal His will. He encourages them to have faith in God's words and follow His commands. As we read Deuteronomy chapter 18, we understand the significance of the Levites' role and the importance of heeding God's true prophets. It teaches us to rely on God's guidance and discern between genuine and false spiritual practices. By obeying His commands and following His chosen leaders, we can walk on the path of righteousness and experience the blessings of a close relationship with Him. Dear brothers and sisters, we will continue the next chapter of Deuteronomy in the next video. God bless you.